Hey, how's it going? So, uh, at the top, housekeeping stuff. I've got a new kind of microphone setup, and I hope that it works well. If it doesn't, I'll go back to my arm. I have like a actual mic stand on the microphone now. There's a couple of reasons I wanted to do this was because when I was playing games, when I was sitting on the chair over there, on the weekend, we played Sound Shapes. And I was trying to get the microphone to like clip into something. It's like on this arm, like a desk lamp, and there was just nothing for it to clip onto. So I was like, I got to figure out an alternative for this. So you can like barely see it, but the mic is on an arm now, or it's on a mic stand now, and I hope that it's fine. It's I think I positioned it close enough to my mouth that you guys should be hearing me okay. We'll see how it is. If I get halfway through the stream and I just knock the thing over, we'll know that the thing needs to be tweaked a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Other than that, Rose City Comic Con is coming up. It's in like a week, I want to say, week and a half, something like that. Not this weekend, but next weekend. I'm going to be there. Mike Oming's going to be there. Brian Michael Bendis is going to be there. This is the first time since I've worked on Powers, and I've worked on Powers since like 2005, 2006. This is the first time that all three of us are going to be at a convention at the same time. So, if you have Powers pages, if you have stuff out there, you want to get stuff signed, like, this is the spot. This is the best place to do it. I think that, is my video super laggy and choppy, or is it just you? I don't know. That's a good question. If it is, I think that is something that I can't necessarily fix. That might be on Twitch's end, because I was trying to watch something on Twitch just recently, and it was giving me all kinds of problems. I hope that it's not. At any rate, my video has now totally frozen. Audio is okay. On my end, it looks fine. It looks like it's moving all right. Am I just not moving around enough? I don't know. I don't know what to do to kind of fix that. Shakes fist at Sky Twitch. Yeah, exactly. So at any rate, Rose City Comic Con's coming up. If you've been a fan of mine for a while, if you've been a fan of Mike's for a while, chances are you have books that he and I have both worked on. Chances are you have books that he and Brian have worked on. You're going to want to come to the show and get that stuff signed. I will also be having the Realm stickers. I made the sticker pack of like the Dungeons and Dragons parody cover that we made, and 2 other smaller stickers. The 3 of those stickers I'm gonna sell as a bundle for like $5. Super cheap, cool way to show your support for the Realm, and it's a little extra thing that you can't get in stores. So come out, check that out. I'm gonna be posting about it on Twitter when I get the stickers in. Should be sometime soon. What else? What else is going on? We put the Ultimate Portfolio up. I had a couple questions, so I tried to answer those as best I can. Had a couple questions about flatting. I think that's where we're going to start for the day, is flatting stuff. Oh, and I'm a little bit earlier than my normal stream. The reason for that is because I have an appointment at 4. It's 1:30 now. So we're going to try to do this stream as quickly as possible so I can hit my appointment and I'm all good. So let's cut over the Photoshop. So what we're looking at right now is this guy, Zurdom. I think he's an inker. Here's a look at the splash page. A-Force #1. Yeah. Comes out in May. Okay. So someone in my chat, we can look. They're in the Discord. Graffiti Bandit in the Discord is putting together a flattening portfolio. So I wanted to give you guys a quick like highlights as far as like what to do for flattening portfolios. He pulled down this page and he was saying specifically that he was having problems with like all these cities and stuff in the background. This is a very complicated page and it is not print size. So I grabbed it from the file that he was using as well. It's like 1,317 pixels wide, which is not wide enough. But we will try to roll with it. So here it is. Here it is in Photoshop. Because it has like all these grays in the JPEG, we kind of have to do the layer mode. This is something that I talked about with the Ultimate Portfolio. We have the background that we're gonna do inks on. Ignore what you see on screen right now. Just focus here. Focus on the layers. We have where we're gonna put our color down. So we're just gonna fill it with it's not even. Let's just put it in CMYK to get started. Amateur hour. Okay, so like we filled it with a color. Because it has a bunch of grays in it and it's not high resolution, we have to use this method to color it. Alright, so we've just filled it with red. Let's not try to blaze your eyeballs out of your skull and make it a little darker. So what I would do to kind of tackle this stuff, and I will say, first of all, working on low resolution stuff like this, not advisable. I know it's tough to get high resolution inks. I put 10 pages or 12 pages out in the Ultimate Portfolio. It's not impossible to get high resolution stuff. You just gotta like be happy with what you get kind of thing. Like, I know it's tough to do that, but like this is not going to show off your skills as a flatter. This is going to make an already difficult page more difficult. So what this person was saying, Graffiti Bandit was saying, is that they were having trouble like flatting this stuff. And I noticed that, and we're gonna flat, but we're gonna be super loose about it. Oh my god, this is a tough one. Not only is it tough because it's low resolution, but it's low resolution and the lines are like 1 pixel wide, so it's really hard. In fact, we're not even going to do this little walkway thing. Let's get rid of all of that. Let's get rid of all the walkway. All right. So how I would do this is like, so we have like one building there, and then I would just move on to the next building. Like, I would do the whole building, like one flat color. The idea is that you want to go general to specific. So then I would move on to the next building. This one back here. And do something like that. So let me break down a little bit more slowly what exactly was happening there. So what happened is I selected this full building. And as you can see, like, we are like pixel to pixel. Like, none of this red is in between here. It's not like leaking around. And the reason for that is because I was selecting full on into these other objects. Once you make a selection like the one I did here, like, all the lines on this thing, you never have to trace out again. Because like once you've traced it once, it's like, okay, let's do this little tower back here. So we got to trace that tower, right? If we do it like this, not only is it faster because we can now just take the wand and deselect these areas and then fill it with whatever, this brown. So that is faster, but like it's also by going into these selections and then deselecting, we've ensured that there is no stray pixels. It's like, this is the building, this is the next building. There's no red in between. You're not getting like 1 or 2 pixels. If we instead, and I know we're like super zoomed in and this is like, doesn't look fantastic. If instead we went like, okay, and this is kind of a weird example because, you know, the line art is so thin, I don't even know what it's going to select. If we tried to trace it out ourselves, look at this. We have this like weird line of pixels in here. And now if the artist wants to grab this stuff in the background, look, they missed these pixels. So now these pixels are just going to like show up. Like, it potentially creates a problem for the colorist down the road. So you want to think about this stuff as like, okay, what's overlapping with each other? And how can I use that to my advantage? So like, again, we'll select this whole dome, right? And then we'll deselect this building, deselect the foreground building, and then be able to be like, just boom, there you go. Also, holy crap, this is incredibly difficult because like some of these buildings are like this guy's like 24 pixels. The windows are like 6. Like, do not try to flat low resolution stuff. We learned our lesson with low resolution stuff when here we could show it. Hold on, let me find it for you. We did a piece on stream, a Nightwing piece that Jim Lee, did I even save it? I might not have even saved it. Does not look like I saved it. It was so bad. We were like really trying. We were really trying to make it work, but just by, let me see if I put it in the on-stream work. Hold on. Yes, I did. There is a record. Give me a second just to bring it up. So, you've seen this stream before. I'm on Nightwing. Like, I'm a capable individual. Like, a decent colorist. And, like, this is where we ended up when we worked low res. Like, this is a low resolution. And you could see when you zoom in, it's like, we're in the pixels now. Like, this is low resolution. And I was like trying to make it work regardless. And it's just, it's so hard because this piece lives and dies by like the facial expressions and like the lighting on the wall. And there was not enough information in the image for me to make it look good. You know, like it was just, I needed more pixels to get finer detail in there. And flatting is all about finer detail. Like when I would receive something like this from a flatter, like I want like this dome to be separate from this building, and like, you know, I want like all these little details in there. And if the details are like, you know, 12 pixels back here, you're like really hamstringing yourself to like make a decent flatting portfolio. So please, for the love of God, do not work on low resolution stuff. I'd also say that if you're putting together a flatting portfolio, one of the things that I wanted to comment on, and this should be kind of paramount to like anything, think about what the other person is going to want to see. Think about what they are going to want. If you were coloring this, what would you want flatted? Would you want like this whole thing, this whole shape as one color, or would you want the rocks separate from the buildings? Would you want the foreground buildings separated from the background buildings? You got to think about like, if you were coloring, what would you want? And that's ultimately like what your end goal should be for flatting. Not only that, but like think about that kind of thing when you are working, like when you're like giving a portfolio to someone. The portfolio that I saw, hey, 11 whole years. Thank you for the tier 1. Welcome to high society, boys. So yeah, you're going to want to think about that kind of stuff. I'm getting text messages. I'm blowing up. You're going to want to think about that kind of stuff. Like, what is the end person going to want to see? So if you put together a flatting portfolio and then you make low resolution JPEGs or JPEGs that are like tough to see, that doesn't tell me as a colorist that you are ready to be hired. That doesn't tell me anything, actually, especially if you made it lower resolution. Like, I need to be able to see like your finished product in Photoshop. Yeah, I need that TIFF, man. I need that TIFF. I got to see that you're capable of doing the work, because in a lower resolution JPEG, it's easier to get away and fudge stuff. So I may think that you're ready, and then I get in there and you've got anti-alias turned on, and you've got all these other problems that I didn't see in the low resolution JPEG, and then we're like in the weeds. Then I'm like, oh, now I have to train you. Now I have to figure out like how we're gonna hit the deadline. Blah 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 blah. So you really want to think about like putting your best foot forward, and the way to do that is with what that person is going to want to see, and it's probably going to be TIFFs as far as flats go. All right, so enough about flatting. We're done with that. Got to get that TIFF. Yeah, got to give Nick that TIFF. We're hot on that TIFF. All right. So this is the piece by Robert Wilson IV. We flatted this on stream. You can see about flatting on this. It's an older stream. I don't know where we put it, but it's older. And you know, I'm not perfect. Look, we got a little like weird ear thing going on here. I was wondering if there would be stray pixels. There isn't, because I am perfect after all. Oh no, I'm not. Shit. Just when you thought I was. Look at this green edge. See this? That crap doesn't fly. We would want to, if I was prepping this for a colorist, like I would want this green edge that I've selected here to be this black. We goofed. We weren't perfect after all. All right. So, this Proxima pinup, Robert informed me that she is a woman of color. So we are going to darken the skin tone entirely before we even get started. I don't know if we should keep the red hair. I kind of want to. Dark skin, red hair? Maybe. Maybe. Alright, so now that we've done that, Robert also specified that he wanted her like outfit to like have an iridescent quality, like a beetle or something like that. I looked at pictures of beetles, and then I silently stewed for a while as I thought about what Robert had done to us. I'm setting this up for our layered version, because I think what we're gonna have to do, like, even though this is black and white and I'm perfectly capable of coloring this, if he didn't make that request in just one layer, I think what we're gonna have to do is make some sort of mask and a gradient map. We're gonna have to like pull out all the tricks. Now, we've been pulling out a lot of tricks lately. We're full of tricks. You must go back and watch. You're so green with Photoshop. It's all right, man. It'll come. This stuff that we're gonna be doing today, Harley Quinn, is a little more on the advanced side. So we've created a mask for the outfit. This is the outfit, right? The white of the mask shines through. Everything else doesn't. So I'm gonna fill it with like a black. Like, okay, we've blacked out her outfit, which actually kind of looks rad, but like we don't want to black out the outfit. I'm gonna color this thing, but I'm not gonna use color. We're just gonna do black and white. Because I want to be able to like throw a gradient map over it when we're all said and done. So let's try to, and we can try to use black. We're just throwing in some gradients, like seeing how it looks. We're gonna use like a toothy brush and get like some of the finer details in there. Yeah. But That's okay. You still have to watch the magic. I appreciate that. So here's the thing. I was actually thinking about this because you were saying that like you're green with Photoshop, and when you start coloring comics, it can seem like there is an infinite amount of complexity, and that you like it's so hard to get started. It can seem really daunting. So I was thinking that, oh my god, my doorbell's ringing. Hold on. I think we just got our stickers. Well, hold on, I'm gonna crack this box. I hope they came out good. And I hope they sent me the right stickers. It'd be weird if I got somebody else's weird ass stickers. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I didn't get somebody's weird-ass stickers. So, I'll have these at Rose City Comic Con. Fan Expo starts tomorrow. Nice. I was making a list of Comic Cons with my fiance, by the way, and she was like, why don't you go to all of these? And I'm like, Shannon, you're talking about, like, 15 Comic Cons in a year. I'm like, I'll die. I can't emotionally handle that. All right, I've opened up a pack of these so we can check them out. This is, ooh, it feels good. It's like got a matte finish. So this is the first Realm sticker that we got. I'm gonna try, hopefully it won't green screen. This thing is rad. I am stoked to sell these. That's the first one. That was the D&D one. Looking forward to seeing it at Soundwave. Awesome, Harley Quinn. Like, I am late to sign up to that, but I'm very, very excited. I love, guys, secretly, let me tell you this. Secretly, I love one-day shows. I love small shows and one-day shows. Because we can just get in, get out, have a good time. You're not exhausted by the end. You don't need a day to recover. I'm an old man. I need a day to recover usually. Here's the second sticker. It's picking up a little bit of the green screen, but yeah, we got a Rook sticker for the Realm. These things printed really well. These came out good. And then let's see what we got here. Yeah, have I even been announced for Soundwave? Are you on the inside tip? You might be on the inside. Soundwave is in South Carolina. If you're in the area, you should go to it. It's a one-day show, Saturday only. If I can get this thing open, we can check it out. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're on the inside tip. Oh, you're the person I was emailing with. I'm making the connection now. And here is the other Realm sticker from the iconic first issue. So yeah, these guys are like, man, this guy is like gigantic. I'm gonna be selling these at Rose City and Soundwave. So if you're in the Portland area or you are in the South Carolina area, you should come out to those shows, pick up a sticker. They are unique. I did a print run of 300 of each of them, so I'm selling them as a pack for $5. And once they're gone, they're gone. I'm gonna make more stickers, but they're not gonna be those stickers. So if you see something you like, you should swing by the booth. Where did I put my stylus? This is a good question. 3 for $5 is a steal. Yeah. I in the effort of transparency, because I was talking about this a lot in the chat, and I think we talked about like when we were talking about making cards and stuff. Your associates will procure them. You have many eyes, Brendan. Many spies with many eyes. Yeah, I wanted to be as like, I wanted to make the stickers as affordable as possible because you know, I'm not going to get rich on stickers. Like there's no way. Like the cost of me being in Portland is so much like higher than, like, I would have to sell a stupid amount of stickers and books. Like there's no freaking way. So like really I made these stickers so that you guys like who are going to enjoy them, like have them to enjoy. Like you have a friend going to Rose City, said she's from Astoria. Nice. So like I wanted to price them appropriately. I tried to price them at a point where, like, if I don't sell all of them, I'll still kind of make my money back and get to do another run. And so yeah, $5 for the 3-pack. I actually, so now that I'm on the other side of making stickers, I have a Gut Ghost sticker here that I spent $5 on for one sticker, and it is the same size as this guy, so you get 2 bonus stickers practically. I'm doing you a favor. Look, this isn't even about me anymore. I'm here for you. But yeah, I'm stoked. I'm gonna check those out once the stream ends a little more in depthly. So what we're doing now is just like coloring in black and white, but brought you up to the table. Plus Bloods with Larry. Yeah. Larry and I are con buds. We're con wives. So I appreciate it because I like doing local shows and I like doing smaller shows. Where were those ordered from again? Sticker Mule. They promised a fast turnaround time, and I was a little disorganized when it came to the cards. Man, the cards are tough. I want to do a pack of 15, and like I settled on a place to get them from, but like taking the time out to like put together the text for the card, and also like I was thinking, oh, we'll just bang out 15, and then I was like, well, if I do all the characters, then I can't do any for like a next set. Like I'm gonna be like, you know, if I do like the whole team and all the villains, and then it's like, okay, next set for season 2, I'm like, here's a drawbridge. Here's a card of a drawbridge, which is a real AD&D card. But yeah, I don't want to do that. So I'm trying to like figure out what can be an additional card. You know, what can be separate. I should check out Sticker Robot. They do silkscreen rather than digital. Huh. I will do that. Yeah. Part of this too is like, you know, I'm figuring it out as we go. So we're going to be doing a gradient map with these, which means that like even though we're in the black, it's not going to actually be black when we're done with it. It's going to actually be a color of our choosing. So like normally I'd be like, this is way too dark. You can't do this. Like, you know, we're all over the place. But in reality, it's going to be not that bad when we're done. And this is like, you know, Photoshop magic, not really super beginner friendly stuff. What I was talking about before was that I was thinking about trying to do a stream where we do one of those, where we do a page, but instead of like rendering it out and like doing all these kinds of stuff, we could do. Well, I'm thinking about this suit. What we could do instead is just like flat color. I've actually never gotten to do a book that has been flat color and like that's it. I'm just trying to add like tooth and texture to this thing. I don't know if this is necessarily working right, but we're gonna roll with it. So yeah, it's just gonna be like flat color. Like we're just gonna try to make the best kind of coloring decisions we can, because not only will it like show you that you don't need all the bells and whistles to like kind of get started, but also it's gonna be like a way for us to just talk about to just slow down and just talk color, not talk rendering, not talk story. Like we're just gonna talk color and story. That's it. So I think it'll be a fun stream. All right. By the way, hopefully this won't happen, but there is a high probability. I'm planning a set of the Realm trading cards, but it's coming with a bunch of like complicated problems that I did not anticipate. But like this is why we dip our toe and we try things, and we're going to get better and better at this, and it'll be good. Yeah, I want to base them on the old D&D cards from the 90s. We actually bought a box and cracked them on stream. There are some ridiculous cards in there. Also, Space Jammers was like this like D&D world for outer space, I guess, and oh my god, what is happening in Space Jammers? Like, I did not know about Space Jammers when I was a kid, and I probably should have known about Space Jammers. All right. We're almost done rendering this thing. So we have kind of like a couple complicated things going on with this particular suit, and that is like multiple light sources, and like I said, Robert wanted to make it iridescent. So we're gonna like try a gradient map and see where it leaves us. Giant hamsters are what is happening. Yeah. Yeah, totally. All right. I think that the suit looks good, and we're only looking at rendering right now. I couldn't remember, was there hat stuff? No, the hat was just, yeah, okay. All right, so let's put a gradient map down. So we're gonna put this gradient map right here, and we're gonna ignore the gradient map for now. We gotta mess with we gotta copy and paste this. There we go. So we copy and pasted that over. So the way the gradient map works, and you notice it like kind of shifted right then, is our darkest value down here is going to be this color, and our lightest value is going to be this color. So if we click this thing, it changes. And if this isn't iridescent, I don't know what is. I don't know if this is good or bad or what. Maybe we like start here and then make choices I mean, it looks iridescent. Oh my god, this is breaking my brain. Hold up, are giant hamster cards happening? That's all you guys want is giant hamster cards. We'll make some giant hamster cards. So, okay. We have multiple light sources happening here. I think that this is good for the suit. The suit looks like super iridescent. I don't even know if that's even the right word, but I'm going to keep saying it over and over and over again. But this looks like a really good starting point. Like, obviously, you know, we got to clean it up in places. But let's try just coloring the rest of the thing. I was thinking about setting it at night so that the orb pops really well. So let's darken up the background. Let's select all and just kind of like wash the thing. Now the iridescence is like popping like crazy. Wash it with like 30% blue. Now I'm just kind of like playing with color. Like there's no right answer, no wrong answer. I mean, maybe we should make these things more of a brownish. Maybe it's like a dead jungle. Oh my god. Are you gonna let me do it, Photoshop? Maybe we'll do it pink. We can't. Oh, I gotta hit enter. Photoshop quirks. I also kind of want to like backlight her because Robert is like giving the hat a rim light and like her arms kind of have a rim light. So we gotta backlight her in some capacity. This is a little bit all over the place right now. We might actually back up. We might have like lost this. Okay, let's back up just a little. I swear to God, I'm a professional. We need. I was trying to. By the way, when I was like looking for stuff to make into stickers for the realm, I was texting with Jeremy, and I was like, hey man, can you do more decapitation? And he was like, what? It was like, I mean, I guess if you want, why? And I was like, severed goblin heads are big money. Severed goblin head stickers are big money. If it's all night, then won't the surface of the orb lit by the orb only shine? Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're not done with the iridescence. The iridescence are like kind of a placeholder right now. We're gonna figure it out. Don't worry. I know you're worried. Don't worry. You seem worried. I think the background looks good. Maybe we can like kind of play in this space a little bit. Try to knock it up. Make it crazy. Maybe that's a little too distracting. I can't tell anymore. My brain broke. There you go. There you go. Getting there. Getting there. All right, let's select all the grass. We should have preserved the flats because we're gonna be a mess. Let's duplicate layer. We're preserving the flats way after we should have preserved the flats. I'm a professional. Take my advice. Okay, we are going to eventually get into the literal weeds with this stuff, but Let's leave it blank for now. Let's make the orb glow. Let's render the hair and stuff. So my thought with the iridescence is that we can kind of like keep the iridescent, but like we should have just here, we're gonna fix this right now. So I just grouped these 3 layers together. When you do that, you can take the mask that you're using and just attach it to the group rather than each. If we can paste it. Hello and good luck. There we go. So we can chuck this. Delete the layer mask. All right. So now, even though like, you know, the gradient map doesn't have the layer mask on it, and this like crazy layer of all these like, you know, grays and stuff, is there such thing as a cool or warm iridescence? It like kind of shows up as like a rainbow pattern. We are going to like make it like cooler though. I was thinking like we cool it down on the sides and then kind of like warm it up in the middle. So like this kind of like keeps its weird sheen, and then we kind of like focus on this stuff down here because this is where the action is. All right, let's not focus on the iridescence. Let's do our meat and potatoes before we have our dessert. Let's do all of the foliage. Let's just work on the foliage. This is gonna be the not fun stuff. Yeah, like, so iridescence, as far as I know, like, I'm not an entomologist. As far as like beetles and stuff like that go, it like the light hits it, it turns into a rainbow. And I think if like less light hits it, it's not as warm. The warmer colors don't necessarily show up as well. I'm not exactly sure how it works. In my mind, that's how it works. But see, here's the thing too, that like if you are an aspiring colorist out there, you're cartooning just as much as the cartoonist is cartooning. Like, Robert didn't draw a lady like covered in beetles. Like, that'd be weird if he did that. And you know, his drawings don't look photoreal. Like, he's cartooning, so like you have the ability to cartoon. It's just like, as long as you're conveying the right idea, Leaf Render bot booting up. Yeah, exactly. As long as you're conveying the right idea, it doesn't matter what it really looks like in real life, quote unquote. You know, like you can do whatever you want. Like there's no rules. I mean, Twitch says I gotta keep my shirt on, so I guess there's one rule. There's one rule. But beyond that, like, we can really do whatever we want. I had a couple t-shirt ideas that I want to execute on, but like, fuck man, trying to find time. I might work on it a little bit once I'm out in Portland. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. I'm bringing, by the way, I have a like 6-hour flight ahead of me for Portland. So I'm flying in a day early and I'm staying a little later because I have to kind of make the trip worth it, you know? So I'm going to see some of Portland. I'm excited about that. So I'm bringing with me now. Normally on Comic-Con trips, I usually bring my Switch, but I think this time I'm gonna bring my 3DS. I've been like kind of going back into the library a little bit. I had bought Bravely, or not Bravely Default. I'd bought and played Bravely Default, finished it finally, and then I had bought Bravely Second, which is the second in the series, and yeah, just because it's an iridescent suit doesn't mean it works the same as Beetle's or Beetle armor. Yeah, I mean, who's to say? We're in a fantasy world. Like, Robert tells me iridescent, I'm like, yeah, all right, we'll get like approximately there. We'll get to a place where he's happy for sure. So I picked up. So I'm playing Bravely Second, which I absolutely love. It's the best in the series that they made. They made like same developer made like a JRPG for the DS that is like a low key prequel as far as like game mechanics go. Very, very basic. And then they made Bravely Default. Everybody loved it, and then they like improved on it. The improvements they made in Bravely Second are so good. Let me make these a little more blue. So yeah, I'm chipping away at that, and I figured, hey, since I'm bringing that, like, maybe I'll buy a new game for when I don't want to play an involved JRPG. So I bought Kirby's Robo something. I bought a Kirby game. It came very recommended. Couple people I know that have it like really love it, and I haven't played a good Kirby game in a long time. So a lot of the Kirby games like end up being, I don't know, kind of for kids, but I don't know. Or at least the last game I played was very much for kids. It was Kirby's Epic Yarn on the Wii. That was a long time ago, though. At any rate, you guys reading some good comics out there? I've been chipping away at I just got kind of caught up on Oblivion Song. I've been really enjoying that. If you want to look at like good color, Oblivion Song is like where it's at. Like really beautiful rendering, but like also the world, kind of like the success of the book. Have I played Detective Pikachu yet? I have not. Isn't Ryan Reynolds voicing Detective Pikachu for the movie? I'm not really like a Pokemon guy. This is the thing. Here's the thing. Most of you out there grew up playing Pokemon. I did not. I was just old enough to like not be like, when I remember when Pokemon like came to the US, it was like too kiddie for me. Like it was just like a little too, I don't know, not my scene. But I hear Detective Pikachu is actually kind of great. I've been like watching channels looking for like on YouTube video game channels and video game lists, which, by the way, all video game lists are the same. Like, I don't know why there's like fucking 400 Wii hidden gems and they all have No More Heroes on them. Like, if everybody knows about it, I don't know. Tony Boy just got you the rest of the mainstream from Zenescope, and you got Scoob's indie book. Nice. Is that the book that Tony's working on? I want to read it. I've seen him inking, and I'm like, yes. I've known Tony for a few years now. He's super talented. We've colored one of his things on stream for Inktober like last year, like forever ago. But yeah, his stuff's all really good. It's like wild that he's not watercoloring his first book, because he put so many hours into that. But I mean, the skills are still there. Like he's still doing it. He still does a great job. And the pages that I've seen from just like poking around online look really good. So I'm excited for him. I hope that the book is a wild success. He is definitely a dude that I was thinking about this as well the other day, that not about Tony specifically, but like I feel like one of the things in comics is that like as long as you're persistent, as long as you like don't have an ego and people like working with you, and you just they can't get rid of you and you keep working, like you'll break in. It's like really not rocket science. It's just like, you know, eventually people get frustrated and leave. Like, and I feel like if you are like me and you are too I don't know, too much of a dingus to do anything else, it's like eventually they're like, all right, here's books. I don't know, you're not going anywhere. I feel like that's how I broke in. Oh, this kid's not going anywhere. You can give him something, I guess. He bought me a drink at the bar. I don't know. Let's get him something. Let's figure out how to grab all these back things. Tony's awesome. Been hanging with him in Chicago this weekend. Oh, cool. Yeah, he also every time I'm at C2E2 and I've hung out with him, he always shows everyone a good time. Like you can tell that he like also loves Chicago. I'm very excited, by the way, that oh god, that was the wrong thing. I'm very excited that I have not knocked over this microphone yet. That I've successfully set up the mic stand to be exactly where it should be. I've been kind of looking at XLR mics. You went to school with a guy named Dingus? True story? That's not a true story. I can't believe that. His parents had to have known. Yeah, I've been looking into XLR mics. I don't think I'm ready to pull the trigger at all yet. Because I spent a ton of money just recently on stickers. That's definitely a thing. But I also spent a ton of money on I got an open source scan converter to upscan or to line double older consoles, the Sega Saturn in particular, because I want to do Sega Saturn streams, because I don't know if this is true of you guys, but like from my childhood, there's like there's a mystique to some video games and video game systems and media. Like nowadays, everyone has access to everything. Everything is in abundance all the time. If like you don't have access to something, it's because it's like a low print run or something and it's like made to be collectible. But like largely anybody can get anything at any time. Like eBay is nuts, conventions are nuts. Like there's nobody out there who's like, man, I wish I played Borderlands. They put it on every system, you know, like oh, it was the last name? Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Dingus was his last name. Yeah, that's totally fine. But back when I was a kid, in the 80s and early 90s, this was not the way. You couldn't get everything, and there were a lot of experimentation happening within video games that you don't necessarily see as much anymore. It's like more of a corporate profit thing now. I always felt like the Sega Saturn and the Neo Geo, those two in particular, were like this like uncharted, like crazy realm where like I am never going to get to play these games. They're too expensive. But they're like weird and Japanese and arcadey, and it's like having the arcade at home, and it's like, did you hear this game? This game like came out, and it's like $100 Neo Geo cart, and like, you know, Toys R Us bought one, and that was it, and like, you know, like I remember those kinds of discussion. Anyone on Seven to Eternity? Oh, I haven't read it, but I actually am like, you just reminded me that I haven't read my new Death or Glory stuff either, speaking of Rick Remender books. But yeah, so the Saturn is that for me. And so I'm hoping that we can do some Saturn streams and have the stream not look like butt. Want to like upscale the crap out of that thing. All right. We're going to try. There's like, so there's 2 levels of these kind of like grasses and stuff. Like Robert's kind of like laying one on top of the other. So we're going to try to deselect as best we can the ones in the front and then push the ones in the back backwards a little bit. But yeah, what I was saying about Oblivion Song before I got distracted again, was that the color in that really sells the storytelling. Yeah, they use Neo Geo and arcade too. Yeah, it's the same. It's like literally the same cart. I actually, so I was like, at one point I was trying to like price out, like if I was gonna start collecting Neo Geo, like what would be the easiest way to do it? And then I was like, it might be cheaper to just buy an arcade machine. And I was thinking about that. And I was I don't know, revisiting that conversation the other day when I was looking on eBay. I don't know if that's, there's a space issue at that point. Love Rat Queens. Yeah, Rat Queens is great. But yeah, Oblivion Song, the color in it, like the alien world has to feel alien, and so it uses a palette that is never used in the real world. And so there's like clear forethought in like how to build this world. And I'm a sucker for that. Like a lot of books, it's kind of like, well, like we're moving scene to scene, and you know, it's going to be hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. You know, we don't really know what we're going to do next, so there's no real like big planning. But in that book like kind of hinges on that idea, and they pull it off really well, and it's really interesting. And even though, you know, you can tell, you have to make like, the thing that's interesting about it is you have to make scene changes work within the narrow palette. So trying to get that to work right is really interesting. And it takes a lot more thought than you probably think. Like reading it, you're probably like, oh, this totally makes sense. Like it's the same way, man. I've been watching, hey, Robert, that foliage looks like a nightmare to color. Sorry. Don't worry about it, man. It's easy. I've been doing crap like this forever. Don't look at this yet. It's not finished. Like we're toying with gradient maps for the iridescent beetle kind of look, but we haven't refined. We're trying to do the stuff that's not fun before we do the stuff that is fun. You will avert your eyes. Good. Yeah, no judgments yet. Oh, this guy. We missed this guy. But yeah, the color schemes in Oblivion Song are really, really interesting. And the book is good too. I mean, it's Robert Wilson IV. It's Robert Kirkman. So, you know, if you like The Walking Dead, you'll like this. You know what you're getting into. If you like Invincible, you'll like this. It's like space sci-fi, but it's actually about people. Just like Walking Dead is zombies, but actually about people. And Invincible is superheroes, but actually about people. You know? He's got a type. Oblivion Song is so pretty. Yeah, I know. I'm eating it up. I actually just caught up on it, or up to issue 5. I read up to issue 5, just recently. I've also. Do you guys want to talk about magic within comic books? Not Magic the Gathering, but like. I've been reading a lot of like witchcrafty kind of books. All right, now let's figure this out. We've kind of figured it out, but now let's really figure it out. And I have a lot of like, I don't know, weird opinions about it. Like, I don't even know if they're fully formed ideas yet. I'm like still kind of wrapping my head around it. I haven't picked it up. I have to look at it. A comic that would make it. Redlands. A lot of flashbacks, which would be good to. Yeah. Redlands is fantastic. I love Redlands. I was reading that from the time it was coming out. You got to go to a conference call. I have one of those at 4:00. We gotta hustle. Yeah, I love Redlands. So I've been reading a lot of like, I've been on like kind of like, you know, magic witchy kind of like books lately. I've been on that kick. I read like basically all the Deadman there is to read, which I don't recommend doing because holy cow, some of that Deadman is questionable content. I don't know. We don't have to get into it, but there's a scene that made me like, I'm reading this because I love Deadman, and there is a scene that made me hate Deadman in Justice League Dark, in the first run of it, where he's like kind of rapey and doesn't care, and it's like, ooh, I don't know if this is a good look for a superhero. Anyway, so I read all the Deadman stuff, and then and by the way, I don't think anyone's done Deadman right. I think he's gotten a raw deal over the years. I think Kelly Jones did a phenomenal Deadman. Yeah, so I've been reading Magic Order. Yes, I am reading that. We're going to talk about it in a second. Kelly Jones did a phenomenal Deadman. It like starts out with this like hokey kind of like witchy story. That's like it's Deadman, but it's like super fun. It like doesn't take itself too seriously, and then I'm talking about the Kelly Jones collection. And then he does this like crazy like body horror story with like this fucked up circus, and like Deadman's like going crazy because he wants to be in love, and he has no human contact anymore. He's like turning more into a ghost than he is a human being. Fucking wild. So good. So good. And I feel like ever since then, Deadman's just kind of been there. Like, he shows up in things, but like he's not like interesting, which is like hard to make him interesting. And I feel like writers will often take Deadman and be like, later Brendan, they'll take Deadman and they'll be like, all right, what's like a cool twist for Deadman? And usually the cool twist for Deadman is, let's make him alive. But then they realize that like now he's just a dude. Like, he's just like a circus acrobat that's living in the world now. And then they kill him like literally pages later. Like, I read a lot of Deadman stuff, and like I think that happened like 3 times in all the stuff that I've read, and they always kill him pages later. It's just not great. And also, like, I feel bad for Deadman because it's just like, oh, you get to be alive again. Oh, but then the writer didn't know what to do with you, so they just like shot you in the head. Sorry, man. Like, my heart breaks for that character. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit emotionally attached to Deadman. But yeah, so I read all of Justice League Dark, and it was a little more Justice League-y and less dark than I wanted. The old series. And then I was like, well, I'm on this magic kick. So I read Magic Order, which is fantastic. But like, I'm also reading a book through Dark Horse called Blackwood. I don't know if you guys are reading it. It's probably not selling as well as Magic Order, but I really love it. Like, the difference between the Magic Order and Blackwood. Blackwood's like an academy for kids that have like kind of powers, magic kind of stuff, like very familiar, kind of like Hogwarts-ish kind of thing, but like all the magic in Blackwood is really, really like unsettling. Like it's giant centipedes like worming out of people's ears, and it's like it feels like, you know, when they say like, oh, all magic has a cost. You always love the cover art of Blackwood. You've been eyeing Blackwood? Yeah, cover art's great. Yeah, I agree. You've had mixed results. Yeah, I don't think Blackwood is for everyone. Like, for me, Magic Order, like, you can put that in the hands of like any comic book artist or any comic book reader, and they'll probably enjoy it. You know? It's very like magicians as superheroes. Like, the magic in that book is like fantastic and beautiful and like over the top. You get the impression that anyone can do anything. It feels like reading Superman for the first time kind of thing. Like, you're just like, what can this guy not do? Like, that's the feeling that you get when you read Magic Order, which is great. You know, it's just like a different thing from Blackwood. Blackwood, it feels like, you know, what horrible thing are these kids gonna have to go through again? You're like, what's the next terrible thing like around the corner? What is the price of magic? Should Blackwood be shut down? Like, regression? If you don't like bugs, don't try it. Well, I mean, I like bugs. I like Blackwood. Blackwood's really great. But like, Blackwood feels like magic as a vehicle for horror, and the Magic Order feels like magic as a vehicle for superheroes. And I'm reading both and enjoying both, but Evan Dorkin, who writes Blackwood, or co-writes it, posted on Twitter today that they're going to make more of it, so I'm very excited. Because I was like all things that I love, I was like, is this going to keep going? I want more of this, but like, I don't know if this is going to keep going. So you should all read Blackwood, is what I'm saying. Give it a shot. If it sounds like that's up your alley, like unsettling horror stuff, you might like it. It's colored and drawn by the same person, and I also find it very interesting because that person, in order to meet deadlines, is like cutting corners with color in really interesting ways. It's got a really unique palette and unique feel that you just don't get in a lot of books. It's something that I love in comics is when there is a clear voice of an artist, and Blackwood is a clear voice. Yeah, it's a wonderful book. I love it. I'll keep reading it as long as they keep making it. But yeah, and then I'm reading Someone Told You Gotham Academy meets Harry Potter with a darker feel. Yeah. Hey, Graffiti Bandit. We talked about flatting in the beginning of the episode, by the way, Graffiti. I was talking about that piece that you were struggling with in particular, and I kind of talked about like how to approach that stuff. So go back and check the VOD when you get a chance. Yeah, so I'm reading that, and then I'm reading because apparently I have a type. I'm reading Justice League Dark as well, the new stuff, and I hope that Justice League Dark. I can't tell if I like it or not yet. Anything with Wonder Woman in it, I'm gonna like kind of love. I think that anytime Wonder Woman's done really well, it's always worth a read. But like the Man-Bat stuff that they're doing is like really interesting. I really like it. However, it feels like I read the other 6 trades of Justice League Dark, and this feels just like, I don't know, more of the same. Like, it's tough to do magic within the context of the Justice League, because the Justice League responds to world-ending events, and if it's a magic world-ending event, it's like, magic's gonna end the world, we gotta stop this, and then like rinse and repeat kind of thing. You love the new look for Swamp? Yeah, Swamp Thing looks great in it. Yeah, he does, but I feel like every time I read Swamp Thing on the page, I'm like bored out of my mind. Something about him is just like, the more Swamp Thing I read, the more bored I am by Swamp Thing. And it didn't used to be that way. I used to be all in on Swamp Thing. I don't know. Maybe that's just my own bullshit. How are we not selecting all of this? Are we set to a weird thing? We're set to normal. Hold on. We gotta darken up the top just a little bit. And then lighten up the bottom just a little bit. Yeah, that works. Although we're a mess over here, apparently. Let's fix this. Fix this. We're fast and loose with this selection, unfortunately. Now we're cleaning up. We're gonna get there, I swear. There's like one more layer of weeds, foliage. I don't even know what foliage. There's one more layer of it. We're gonna kind of tweak it. Do you know what rainbow flatting is? No, I don't know what rainbow flatting is. Is that a term for something? You're very disappointed in this part of the newest animated Batman and Harley movie. I haven't seen that. I haven't gone into like any of the animated stuff that's not regular television stuff, and even then I kind of like dropped off years ago. Like, I catch the odd episode of Teen Titans, and like that's about it now. The Teen Titans that's not Teen Titans Go, the Teen Titans that's with like Artemis, I really liked. By the way, if you guys are looking for stuff to check out. But yeah, when it comes to magic, it's like I think I'm like narrowing in on like the actual magic that I really like, and I think it's more Blackwood than it is Justice League. We'll see. I'm gonna give Justice League the first arc and see if I stick with it for sure. But who knows? I may drop it. I've been reading Brian Hill's Detective Comics too. I really liked it. His arc was very classic Batman, like Batman beats him with the power of his mind kind of thing. I wish it was like a little more detectiving, but like, it's fine. It set up Batman and the Outsiders, which he's also writing, I guess. And Cassandra Cain is in it, so I'm on board. That's my Batgirl. When I really started reading Batman, it was when Cassandra Cain became Batgirl, and I was like hooked hard. Like she's really interesting in general, so I'm in. Although not a huge fan of her new suit. I don't know how new it is actually, because I'm like kind of new to reading Batman again. But like her suit is just kind of eh. Oh, can't do that, huh? Magic wand. We gotta. Are you serious? Because we threw gradients through this thing, we gotta be careful to deselect everything. Let's see if we did it on this side. Should be good. Let's try. We want like a darker green. Kind of create like a middle ground. Yeah. All right. I think we're done with the foliage. We can get into like the fun stuff. Let's do skin and face, and then we'll fix the armor and kind of like take this thing home. We are not even on the right level. All right, so she's lit from below, or she's lit from here, really. So let's kind of like roll with that in mind. I gotta readjust the chair a little bit. I picked up the new Captain America too. It was really good. I was a little apprehensive. Ta-Nehisi Coates is like a really great writer, but I felt like Black Panther, when he wrote that, it read like somebody who is not writing a comic but writing like a novel. And it was written well, but it was just kind of like I wanted a comic. But I don't think Captain America totally feels like that. I feel like he's getting better at writing comics, which is like actually a really interesting process to watch. And I think it's worth the price of admission for that. You hear real good things about Immortal Hulk. It's more horror. Oh, I'm going to have to check that out. You haven't bought new comics since ECC? Graffiti. Got to get out there, man. I'm trying to like I've also been reading Usagi Yojimbo and some older stuff. I've been trying to read stuff at night because that's when I have actual time, but Bravely Default is also taking time away from me because that's when I have time. That's why I fell behind on Death or Glory. All right, let's make this purposeful. So I'm trying to, like, if you amp up the light and dark like this, like it is right now, you create a lot of drama, and it makes the light source more of a hard light source rather than a soft light source, if that makes any sense. Now, I know that Robert isn't necessarily a fan of like non-soft kind of stuff on his line art, or at least for Heartthrob, we kind of like leaned softer. So let's kind of like soften it up just a little bit. Add kind of like some bounce light in here. Figure this thing out. Did I catch Batman White Knight? No, I did not. Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin is your current comic jam. You're deep in it, Robert. You're leaning hard into the anime. I actually I was thinking about getting more Delicious Dungeon because I really enjoyed that, and I just stopped reading it for some reason. I don't know. Your local comic shop is too far? Oh no. You gotta switch to digital like I did. I switched to digital, and it's letting me read a lot more books. My local comic shop is close, but like I just don't have time to get down there. And then when Gundam is your lifestyle now, nice. And then when I do get stuff in paper, I can't read it at night while my fiance is like trying to go to sleep. Like I need a backlit screen. So I started like, I don't even know what that is, Graffiti Bandit. But yeah, so I've been like reading that kind of stuff just so that, I've been reading digital just because like it's convenient for me. And like that, like me getting over my bullshit with reading digital was like a game changer. I was like immediately started reading way more comic books than I was reading before. I mean, maybe we just darken this in. Oh, you thought you heard me say that? I don't even know what that is. I gotta wait. Is that the Japanese term for the Delicious Dungeon? Is that what that book is called in Japan? Dude, listen. I'm in my 30s. I'm in my late 30s. If it's called something else in Japan, I haven't heard of it. I'm a human being, for God's sakes. You've been reading a lot of digital, so you go back to the beginning of Witchblade. Yeah, that's the other thing, is like digital is really good for like going back to the beginning of things, like starting at a place and you know, they have everything you could ever want in the shop. Like it's just, yeah, in the digital shop. That's the other thing too, is like I felt like, and my heart breaks for like stores, because you can't carry everything. Like, you just can't. But like, I went in for Jessica Jones was about to start. I remember at the time. This is just one of the times that this moment sticks out to me. But like, Jessica Jones was right around the corner of the Netflix series season 1, and my shop was basically like, I went in and I was like, "Hey, do you have like the Alias omnibus? Because Jessica Jones is starting up." And they were like, "You mean like the Jennifer Gardner show?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "Did you not get like one of these books in stock because this show is coming? Because I will buy that book from you." And that's like a giant hardcover book. It's not like a light purchase, but like, they can't carry everything, So I was a little disappointed. The guy who said that might have been the regular like Magic guy, not a comic guy. I don't know. Maybe not. I can't remember. But I remember being like just blindsided. Just like, wait, what? No. Like the Netflix show that's coming out like next month. I was wondering if I could read the comic. I haven't read the comic. He was like, "We don't have that comic." Oh. All right, guy. Go back to what you were doing, I guess. You do get some strange requests. The MTG guy at the shop? Yeah. Man, by the way, like, all the crap that Magic went through as far as like the Pokemon TCG guy, yeah, he's not even like, he's like, "No, man, I just deal Yu-Gi-Oh cards." He's like, "My whole life is a trap card. You have no idea. Every moment I'm here is a trap card." Is Jessica Jones a Pokemon? She'd be the angriest Pokemon. You'd call her out and she'd go right back in the Pokeball. You'd call her out, she would take the drink from your hand and go back into the Pokeball. I don't know. I actually, to fund like a bunch of equipment for the stream, I mean, that's kind of true. That's a half truth, because I was going to get this equipment anyway, but it was on the list. But I was thinking like, maybe I don't need all the crap that I have. Do you guys ever feel that way? That maybe you have too much stuff in general? I've been like liquidating some of my Magic cards and stuff. Just because I've been like, well, like, maybe I don't need this sealed booster box that has value but is just sitting on a shelf. Like, I literally can't even play with this. Maybe that stuff should go. So I sold a box of Avacyn Restored. For anybody out there who also knows Magic cards, I sold a box of Avacyn Restored, and I sold a box of Modern Masters 2013, and I sold I have a box that's like packed up and ready to go that I haven't listed yet on eBay of Vintage Masters. Vintage Masters? Eternal Masters. Something like that. Whatever the paper one is. There's a paper one and a digital one. But yeah, I'm using that money to fund upgrades to the console stuff. I got a capture card. I got line doubler for the Sega Saturn. I might get a little like SD card plug thing for the Sega Saturn that like lets you run games off the SD card rather than the CD drive, takes the place of the CD drive. I'm very excited about it, but like the guy who makes it, you may have heard this question before, but do you think of Procreate? What do you think of Procreate? Have you used it before? Getting a new iPad and iPencil, going to try digital. I have not used Procreate at all. I am a staunch advocate of not supporting Apple in general. I haven't. I like bought one iPhone and then I was like, this thing is terrible, and and then I read about their like all their abuses as far as I mean, we don't have to bring the stream down, but like all of Apple's bullshit, which I'm sure everybody knows. And then I was like, you know what? No. So because Procreate's only on the iPad, I haven't messed with it. But yeah, K. Michael Russell is where you want to go for that. He's got all kinds of tutorials and stuff. I don't know. Like, here's the other thing is. Oh no, you're fine. It's all right. You didn't know that I'm anti-Apple products. I mean, they're all pretty terrible. Like, electronics made in third world countries, in general, like are all pretty like we all. If you have a cell phone, you have blood on your hands, kind of thing. But I still have a cell phone though, you know. Shit, what was I gonna say? I hate working on the road as well. So I've kind of come to the conclusion, I don't know if this is like for better or worse, but I'm never gonna bring work with me on the road. I see like a lot of comic artists like try to do this, and every time, like literally every time I've brought work on the road with me, I hate it. Like, I hate doing it, and then the work is bad, and then I bring it home and I gotta fix it anyway. It's like, why did I even bother doing this? You mainly use Clip Paint? Yeah, I saw. Clip Paint is like a cheaper alternative to Photoshop, right? All right, I think we gotta fix the suit. So, let's fix the suit. What's gonna go into fixing the suit? Let's figure it out. You also have Sketchbook Pro, but you have the tiniest Wacom. Yeah. I actually sold. I had a 13-inch Cintiq that I was messing around with to do work on the road, and then I realized I hated doing work on the road, and I sold it. So I know that feeling of like not feeling like you don't have enough screen real estate is like a total bummer. I was using for the longest time, like the first like 9 or 10 years of my career, God, maybe even more than that, I was using an Intuos 2, the regular, just like, it's not the Cintiq, it's just like the little guy, and I bought like one of the smaller ones you could get, and then from there I sectioned off a tiny bit of the screen so it can just be like all wrist kind of thing, like everything within this section, so I wasn't like doing this kind of thing. So I mean, smaller can be good. You're back. You had a solid meeting. Nice. Yeah, it can be a good thing, smaller. This isn't even the right color block. There we go. warming that up a little. Without the Kyle Webster brushes, it's hell for your line art. Yeah. I've been, man. So like, I love the brushes that I have, and I'm very used to Photoshop, and I've been thinking lately about like getting back into, I've been doing drawing in the sketchbook challenge, but I was like, man, I got to make the transition to like, here's the thing. I suspect that when I go to Portland and I am drawing in my sketchbook, Mike Oming is going to see it, and he's going to be like, why aren't you doing pages, you dingus? Start doing pages. I feel like that conversation is going to happen. So in order to fix the suit, by the way, let's just flatten this whole thing. Let's just push this group down into the regular thing, and then we're just going to paint it. Wait. Yeah. Wait. No, that wasn't what I... Oh, my God. There we go. We got there eventually. You haven't even used AI. So this is my problem. This is my gripe with digital drawing. I feel like it's like, but maybe this is, maybe I'm just gonna make a statement about everything now. I don't know. I have to think about this for a second so I don't embarrass myself. So I used 2 or 3 different drawing programs on the tablet, and each one felt like I was like locked in to something that I did not want to be locked into. The character of the brushes that I was using were all like I don't know, like it just like, it always felt like in order to make something look good with those brushes, it had to like be a certain way. It had to have a certain line thickness, have a certain, like, it has like an intended quality of use. And so the more that I use stuff that's digital to like draw, the more that I hate it. But like, the reason that I was like, well, let me not say something that's gonna make me feel like an idiot, is because I feel like a lot of drawing is like that, and you know, you're gonna be like a slave to your tools. Like, a brush is always gonna look like a brush, and nobody puts Nick in a corner. You know, like, your brush is gonna look like brushwork, and your God, we're cleaning this up, but are we making it worse? We can't go back now. Good Lord, burn it down. Don't tell anyone we goofed. Alright, I think I want to do one thing. I think the red in here is off-putting, and we got to find a good color to put there instead of the red. Like a warmer... Oh, this is like gray, even though it's reading as yellow. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe I have like more control over like how things look when I like draw it in real life. Oh no, we are totally on the wrong layer. That's why things were looking weird. Oh, we could just like wipe it out. We don't have to like overthink it. I mean, I guess the top of the hat isn't even like really worth our time and thought. do want to like incorporate this like weird purple pink in here. A little more maybe. Can you post a link? It's a pencil tool you like. Yeah, go ahead. Wait, is the stream down? It looks fine to me. Looks like we're still up. Is it down for you, Brendan? Or is that just like you got back from your meeting and you're a picnic basket that's on fire? Let's... It's a hot lunch. Yeah. I'm just trying to make the, like, kind of enunciate what's happening in the suit that we already have down. But it's a tricky thing because, like I said, we're rolling with this like iridescent kind of like coloring that we have put down. We should probably put some like hard highlights into the hair and stuff too. Maybe. Trying to think. We're getting close to finishing. I just got a text that my sticker mule has been ordered or delivered. Yeah. Those are all words. I don't know if we're going to keep this, but it's worth experimenting and figuring out if we're going to. Plus, I like to make stuff glow, and if we can kind of like make this, like, I don't like this, but this stuff came out all right. Let me think about it. We can always go back. We can always just repaint the hair. Wish there was an oil slick brush. Oh no! Yeah. Throw the DM. That's the best way to deliver the brushes. I mean, maybe we just gotta change. Still trying to figure out if this is where we want to be. Kind of. It might look better with like a lens flare on it, or not a lens flare, but you guys know what I mean, like a little flare of color. Maybe is that just like, I don't know. This is a weird thing. Oh, whoops. I don't know. My gut says no. We should all listen to our gut. I am not actually left-handed. My camera is flipped. If you see Indy is backwards. I'm actually right-handed. I was actually just watching a stream earlier today of a person who was one of their cameras was flipped and you didn't know which one it was because they weren't wearing any identifying features, and they were on two cameras and they were drawing, and on one drawing with their left, they were drawing with their left hand, and on the other camera they were drawing with their right hand, and it was like, I don't know which is real. I don't know what this is. We might keep the flares, but maybe like dial them back a little bit. Man, this is a tough one. Cause like, I want to kind of make this thing like wild. You know what? Maybe we add like a weird effect to it. None of these. Is it in this? Wait, are they up here? They're up here. We're gonna try something. No judgments. So like I want this, but less. Like way less. The Webster brushes are the way to go. Yeah. Probably. If you can Webster brush, you should probably always Webster brush. He just makes really good brushes. This action burst that I'm using right now is a Webster brush. They are free with Photoshop, by the way. If anyone's like, how do I get that? You can just if you have the newest Photoshop and you're not a filthy pirate, then you can just download it. You just go to, in the brush palette, there's like a cog that you can click, get more brushes, done deal. Still feels like too much. Maybe just get rid of the top half. Still feels like too much. Maybe get rid of the bottom here. Maybe. We're gonna slowly get rid of all of it, aren't we? Maybe. Let's think about framing. This stuff, not important. Let's try to pull attention. Throw a grad in the bottom. Because I like flares. And this thing is wild. Maybe like I'm like deep in thought, and I'm trying to figure this out, and so I'm not talking quite as much because I'm trying to think critically. That stream where I was watching someone stream left-handed and right-handed, by the way, was really interesting. Oh, are we like on all of the flares? Yeah, we're on all of the flares. We're gonna have to like redo the stuff in the face. It was somebody that was just like drawing, but they were drawing like kind of like art tutorials. It was really interesting. It made me want to draw. Step one, don't be a filthy pirate. Yeah. Um, you liked the blue? Whoa. I don't know if we're going to go with the blue. Oh man, it is thundering out. Oh, this isn't working because of the fucking mask. Alright, we're just going to... New layer. Alright, we're gonna change something. We might shift it. Shift the side stuff to blue. Or like a greenish. Something like that. The thing is that right now the color is responding to the color that's underneath the black. So the blue looks good because it's closest to the color that's underneath the black. But we can change the color that's underneath the black to something else. So it's less about how it looks right now and more about like how it might look if we handled things differently. It's kind of a weird thing to say. This is like serious experience stuff of like, how do I get this to look the way I want it to? Basically, if you see, like, this is our super black. Like, normally everything looks like this kind of like purpley gray. In here, I've like reddened it up because it's like getting hit by these like orange flares. And now out here, I've like blued it up because it's more blue on the outside. I don't know if... I bumped the mic. That happened one time. It's a new mic. It's a new mic stand. I'm allowed. I don't know if we're done or if we've just like worked it to death. Like, I don't know if I'm happy with the suit. That's the thing that's like bothering me. Is like, I don't know if I'm happy with the suit, and I can't tell if it's good or not because it's new. And I can't tell if it's reading like iridescence. Here's what we're gonna do. Been streaming for like close to 2 hours now. We're gonna save this, and then we're gonna table this, and we are gonna come back to it next stream, which is going to be tomorrow. We're going to be streaming. We're going to be finishing this up with fresh eyes and clear hearts. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I just don't know. Like, I think that's the problem, is that like, right now, I've been staring at it for so long that like I don't know if it's where I should be or where I shouldn't be or what. And I think I just need time to get perspective, to like rest my eyes, do something else, come back to it, and like finish it up. Yeah, fresh eyes never hurts. I think that if I noticed this happens a lot too. If I'm working on a project, I'll get to a point where I'm like, I don't know how to get this to work right, and then if I give myself time, like I'll be doing something else entirely, and then it'll just pop into my head. I'll be like, oh, I should have rendered it that way, you know. So we'll see if I come to any like huge epiphanies while I am away from this. But until then, we are going to be streaming that tomorrow. If we finish it off quickly, we might try to do some like digital painty kind of stuff over some line work from Oming. So like I said, I'm going to be going to Rose City Comic Con. So next week, we're going to do another art stream. We're going to do a game stream over the weekend. And then I might try to do an art stream on Monday or Tuesday. If I don't, you guys won't hear from me for another week at least. I'm gonna be in Rose City Comic Con in Portland. If you're in the Portland area, come by. I'm gonna have Realm stickers. It's gonna be dope. You guys should check this out. One and only Realm stickers. Like, if you guys are fans of the Realm, you should come by. Jeremy's gonna be there. He's writer artist on the Realm. So, you know, we can get stuff signed by him. I'm going to be there. Who else is part of my team? Robert Wilson IV is going to be there. Chris Sabella is going to be there. So Heartthrob people will be there. Avon Oming and Bendis and I are going to be there. So my Powers team, my Victories team, my Cave Carson team. Yeah, there's like going to be a ton of people. You think the suit should be pushed further? Wow. The orb isn't clear? Yeah. Kind of looks like a chess piece on a Gundam. Maybe that's where Robert's head is at. Yeah, I think the hat came out good. We can come back to it. I think the hat came out good. Like this is subtle enough to be interesting and kind of weird, but like this just didn't get rendered right. It just like it's not light enough. I think. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's fun, guys. You're worried. It'll be fine. But yeah, come to Rose City Comic Con. I'm also getting a fresh batch of trades for the Realm. I'm gonna bring a bunch of Helheim stuff with me. If you're a fan of the Realm, you should pick up Helheim. Joel Jones, Cullen Bunn. It's awesome. I have to take a call later with Cullen. We're working on a new thing. I'm very excited about it. It's unannounced. Don't tell anybody. But yeah, so until then, guys, until tomorrow, where we figure out what our mistakes were, fix them, and then noodle around on some Oming stuff. In the meantime, keep making comics, I guess. I'll catch you tomorrow.